Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the Better, Healthier You podcast. I'm your host, Brian Yu, and today on our first podcast, we are talking with Nigel Sadek, a good friend of mine from college. He owns his own natural deodorant company called Breathe Naturals, and I'm really happy to bring you guys this first episode. So fasten your seatbelts and let's dive right into it. Welcome to the first episode. You're my first guest, actually. So, how do you feel?
I'm excited. I'm honored.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nigel. We met in college, and tell them something about yourself, man.
Yeah, so me and Brian, we've known each other for probably about, what do you think, 3 years now?
Oh, yeah. I'd
I'd
say
say
about three
I'd
years.
say actually maybe four because we met in lifting club, which was a long time ago. That was like, I mean, we never really talked when we first met. That was the thing. Like, we never really knew each other, never talked or anything. But then I don't know, somehow we just warmed up to each other, I think.
Yeah. I would say definitely like when I like my junior year going into my senior year, we started like talking more because we went to the same gym.
Yep, and we had some classes together. That's when we definitely started talking more. Saw each other at Powerhouse a lot, so good
Yeah.
times.
Good
Good times.
times.
Now we're into bigger and better things, so
Bigger, yeah, adulthood.
adulting,
You have your
quarantine.
own you have your own brand now.
Yeah, so
Breathe Naturals.
exactly. I'm super excited about that. So I knew as somebody who's always loved health and fitness and nutrition that I would end up. I didn't know what it would be. That's the funny thing is like I never exactly knew what it would be, and it kind of just found me. But I've always been into health and fitness, working out, as you I'm sure I've seen. And, I knew that I wanted to do something on that. I didn't know if it would be like nutrition related or meal prepping or what. But then as I started to get more into nutrition and more into like tracking my food, looking at ingredient lists of my food, I started to pay attention more to, I took it a step further and started to pay attention to my everyday personal care products, which I would encourage a lot of people to do. Just like, for example, your toothpaste, your deodorant, your skincare, shampoo, all that stuff has a lot of ingredients that you'd really be surprised by if you just typed them into Google and did a little bit of research on them. So about 3, 4 years ago, my uncle brought me what he called coconut oil deodorant, and it was just this little few ingredient deodorant in a jar that he had this lady make for him, and he was raving about it and loving it, and he had all these good things to say about it. And basically, he's like, try it out, or you'll really like. He's like, try it out, and I thought it was so cool because I've always been into natural stuff, and then seeing that you could have a natural product that worked just as well and had ingredients that were really beneficial and safe for your skin rather than like aluminum, toxic ingredients, and rather than putting that on your skin. I just kind of ran with that and became really, really passionate about it and wanted to share it with people. So that's kind of how I started Breathe Naturals, which is all natural deodorant. And feel free to check it out either on my Instagram or at Breathe Naturals on Instagram. So that's a little bit about what I do.
That's very cool. One thing that I think I'm curious about, and what probably a lot of entrepreneurs are curious about, is that I know that a lot of people have really bright ideas. Like for me, I've been thinking about getting into like making my own products, whether that be any health products, so say like apple cider vinegar or something.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just don't know where to start. Like for me, like I don't know where I would look or who I would contact to see where I can get like one, the manufacturing of all this if I needed it, and two, like kind of like how do you start really?
Yeah, that's the thing that definitely holds a lot of people up, and it held me up for such a long time because I had this idea of this natural deodorant in sophomore year of college. It was like around the winter time, so it was like December of sophomore year of college. So I was about 19 years old, and I didn't really do anything with it until November of my senior year. So until I was 21, so a whole 2 years later, basically, I kind of just sat with this idea. Didn't really know where to go, what to do, like how it would kind of come to fruition. And I remember I'd be listening to all these podcasts of these people who are really like inspirational to me, like Grant Cardone, for example, Christian Guzman, as we love and as we watch and love so dearly. And I just remember, like, how the heck did they start? Like, what would they do? And I remember I was just like, I'm going to get over my fear. I'm just going to try to figure this shit out. And can we swear on this?
Oh yeah.
Is it PG rated?
Just
Well,
don't
anyways, I was
just don't
just
go
like,
like overboard with it.
okay, let's not go over it. But yeah, anyways, I was just like, I'm gonna try to figure this out. And then I just started researching like a little bit on like Pinterest and different like wellness blogs, what people were using to make natural deodorant. Because obviously it's been around. I'm not the first person to do it. I just think that I kind of have improved it. But anyways, I just started ordering some stuff on Amazon and messing around and trying to create my own formula from scratch or try to emulate somebody else's formula. And I think that was like getting over that leap for me, like took so long from the time that I was just thinking about it and it was just brewing in my head until I was like, okay, here's the first thing I can do is just order some stuff. And then at least like I could start kind of moving the needle forward. And from that point until the point where I actually launched it was about a whole nother year, and actually like 13 months to be exact, from the time that I even just started like dabbling with it until I actually put it on the market. So it's definitely a lengthy process. But in terms of your question about like how do you start, I think you have to have some kind of like fire under your ass. Like you have to have something that's gonna like push you along or like get you inspired to do it. And then I think you just have to like hit the go button. You know what I mean? Like you can't let fear hold you back. Like even if it's something that you know nothing about, like you kind of have to build your parachute in midair type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing nowadays is that a lot of people look up to you, like you said, Christian Guzman, and Max Tuning,
Exactly.
and all the big YouTube fitness people. But the people don't really like realize like how long that it took them to get to that level.
Oh my God.
Um,
Yeah.
I know that me and you have been following Christian for like a while, since I was probably say like 5 or 6 years, and we didn't see how big his brand Alpha Elite got until like now, where you
Yeah.
see everyone wearing it. And I think it's cool to see it from like a friend's perspective, because I kind of watched you throughout this whole process
Exactly.
of
Yeah.
like just going from trial and error, and like whenever we would work out,
Mm-hmm.
you would always update me on the status of it. And it's just crazy now, because like now I see that you're popping off with it, because I see all your Instagram posts,
Thank you, bro. I
and
appreciate it.
you're putting yourself out there. But it's really nice to see like the grind that people go through. And I think we live in a generation of where people want
Yeah,
instant results, where they just want results in like a month or two.
literally. And I think what you said is so true about like everyone sees Max or Christian, like they're killing it. They have all this money and success and like all these projects that they're working on and stuff. But like they've been doing YouTube for probably 7 years and started from scratch, like you said, with a shelf in their apartment with some t-shirts on it. And nobody really thinks about that anymore besides the people who were there in the very beginning. So it's important to see the whole picture of things, not just that little snippet that you see on Instagram.
I got you. Yeah. So since you have products out now, um, how do like do you have like a group of people that you talk with like how you want to move on with Breathe Naturals, or is this all your ideas and like where you want to go with it?
So yeah, definitely a great question. So I can't take full 100% credit for it. Over the summer, I was really lucky to find a really good cosmetic chemist. So I tried making the formula on my own. It wasn't as simple as I thought. I probably went through about 60 to 65 different trials and just wasn't getting the result that I wanted. I remember living in South Carolina and even being in Atlanta where you are in the summer, and I would bring the deodorant with me and it would just kind of like melt or kind of liquefy. And it's obviously a stick, so you want it to be stable. And after that, like with it being really hot and kind of melting, I knew that I needed help. And during my internship during the summer, I started I started like trying to find people on LinkedIn like you can just search people by their profession. And I would search, like personal care chemist or natural formulation chemist, stuff like that. And I would just start like cold DMing them, kind of like just reaching out and saying like, hey, I have this idea for this. I have this natural deodorant that I'm working on. It's pretty close to being there in terms of, ready for market, but I just need some help, like a few tweaks. I probably sent out at least 10, 12 messages. 2 of them got back to me. 1 of them didn't work out. And then the one that I decided to run with, she was really great. Pretty expensive, but she helped me a lot. And like, I wouldn't have this product, and it definitely wouldn't be where it is today if it weren't for her. So she helped me a ton. She's in North Carolina. And then actually my mom, luckily, does like web design and e-commerce and graphic design and stuff for a living. So she has been like extremely helpful to me in terms of like designing the labels, helping me with my website, helping me with like marketing stuff. So I've definitely had my fair share of help. I can't take full credit for it, but yeah, I think just finding those people, like it was really hard for me actually in the beginning that I like to think that I had to delegate, like not even delegate, but like I can't do everything. Like I think that's really important to acknowledge, and it's really hard to acknowledge because like your ego kind of gets in the way, your pride gets in the way, but to be like, okay, I'm not a chemistry person. I'm like a graphic design person. I'm just going to handle like the operations, like I'm going to handle like your own stuff, like your sales or whatever. And then I'm going to let some other people that's their zone of genius handle these other things. So that's definitely
I
something
definitely feel you on that part. I think the hardest thing the hardest thing for me, and I don't know if it relates to like everyone who's starting to start their own business or brand, but like it's hard to delegate your work out to someone because you want to be in full control. You want to feel like you own your brand, and I feel like if you delegate work, you'll get that feeling of that it's not 100% your brand.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
But
definitely hard.
I think that's one thing that I'm starting to get over now, because I'm starting to look at my website and I'm like, I'm not a social media expert. I don't know Pinterest well. I don't know all these things well. There are things that I can do, and there are things that I have to try to delegate out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I'm coming to terms with, is handling, like delegating my work out to other people. And
that's good.
I think that's like a big step for a lot of people who's starting their businesses and their brands, is that that as your stuff grows, you're going to get overwhelmed with work. And if there's one thing that you don't want to do, you don't want to burn yourself out.
Exactly. And you don't want to spin your wheels if you're not like, I don't want to say not good at something, because I believe everything is pretty much figure outable, but like you can definitely cut your timeline significantly if you find that right person who can help you.
I
agree. You might not find them right away, and it might not find them like super quick, but when you do find them, it'll seriously help you cut your timeline by so much. Like I spent probably a year trying to make, or maybe not a year, maybe 9 months trying to make that formula on my own. And then in 3 months, I made it, or under 3 months, basically, the chemist like perfected it, so that's definitely something that's a really good thing to do.
Yeah. It's definitely inspiring to see someone do it firsthand in front of you that instead of watching it over like a video camera and having them space it out, and kind of just like making each video seem like it's like it's kind of like they're condensing it down from like 4 years into like an hour, which is kind of crazy. And I think that's where people get trapped, and they think, oh, if he can condense all this footage into 1 hour, then it probably just take a couple months for me to get that type of success.
I know. I even struggle with that myself. I definitely did more before, but still to this day, like I follow these guys on Instagram, and then I just started like kind of binging their YouTube content, and they're 23 and 24, so like not much older than us, and they're like killing it. They're making like literally millions of dollars with their like real estate businesses, and they have all these ATMs and other stuff, and it's like it's hard not to compare yourself, but I think it's definitely something that we gotta have in check. Otherwise, it just kind of sabotages you.
Definitely.
Yeah. So how's the quarantine going for you in Georgia? I know we talked a little bit about it, but
day 3 of the quarantine. No, not even day 3. What day is this?
Day 4 for you.
Day 4 of the quarantine. How are you holding up?
I'm good. I feel like it's worse in Michigan, honestly, than it is in Georgia. Like, I feel like we've kind of been in it a little bit longer, but yeah, it's not fun, but we're getting through it little by little.
Yeah. The struggling part is that even though Georgia just initiated like a shelter in place, my gym, LA Fitness, has been closed for like a month.
Literally, yeah. Gyms have been closed for a long time now. At least 2 to 3 weeks, probably 3 weeks here, I would say.
So I know for me, my girlfriend and I have been doing bar style workouts on YouTube. We have a main YouTuber we watch now. Her name's Coach Kel, and
Okay.
she does like bar style workouts, and it's like a good full body workout with some booty, and I'm
There you go.
like I've never done these movements ever besides now, and it hurts.
Dang.
like,
Yeah.
but there's one thing that I'm struggling with is that I'm seeing my my muscles just go. Like I look at my arms now, and I don't have delts. Oh, the struggles are real, and you can't even find weights anywhere.
Dude, it's hard. I just got some weights in the mail yesterday, actually, and it was not easy to find them. And I feel that though. Like I've been doing these at-home workouts. Like honestly, all I had until I got those weights yesterday was just one like pretty big band and then like two little bands and then a 15-pound dumbbell. But like some of the stuff that I've been doing, just since it's stuff that you never do, like you said, you really get sore from it. So I think it's like it's interesting now taking these new opportunities to do different exercises. Like I think you can still stay in pretty good shape, but definitely not definitely not ideal for everyone.
Yeah, I agree. Are there for me, I can't really think of I have a couple ideas that you could use for weights if at home, but if you did have the budget and you could order stuff, what are some essential things that you would say? Because I can only think of maybe bands.
It's funny because when I started working out at home a few weeks ago, I was just using big, like 20-pound bags of rice. And I would use those for my leg workouts, like because kind of like heavier weights. So honestly, if you can even get your hands on rice right now, that is a good thing to have for sure for your workouts. And then if you can get your hands on dumbbells, just try to get like maybe 15, 20, 25 max if you're like a pretty strong guy. Um, then like something not too heavy because then you can do a lot more workouts with it, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
It's just crazy because you can't find any weighty things anywhere, and if you do, the prices are kind of insane on
They
them. Like
are.
usually it's $1 per pound, but now it's like $1.50 to $2 a
Oh, I
pound,
know.
which is absurd.
$3, I think, because my two 25-pound dumbbells were like almost 150 bucks, I think.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I swear. They're like 130 or 140 or something.
That's like that Equinox level.
Literally, it is that Equinox level.
Oh my word.
Speaking of Equinox, that was fun having you at Equinox a few weeks ago.
Yes, actually, my first experience at an Equinox blew my mind.
Oh, we did the whole shebang too. We did the showers, the sauna, the Kiehl's soaps. You were loving
The
that.
Keel soaps, I am a huge
You
fan
were
of the
digging
Keel
that.
soap. It was great. The bathroom was more luxurious than anything that I've ever been
Dude,
in.
I know. When I was working out there, I literally never showered at home because I was just loving that.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I would never.
I know.
That would actually kind of motivate me to go to the gym in the morning because
Oh
then I
yeah,
can take a nice shower and then head to work smelling
exactly. It starts your day off so nicely when you're in such a good environment with like people who are like really killing it in life. So it's definitely something I miss a lot right now.
good. Oh yeah, I think we take a lot of it for granted.
Yeah, we do.
Because there's now that I reflect back on this, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe that I spent those days skipping leg day and how much I didn't want
Oh,
to go. And then today I'm just I would do anything to get under the squat bar. And
dude, I'm like I would kill to go to the gym right now.
it just sucks because I was in like a power building program, and my strength was about like it was going good, like, but now I'm just trying to go back a little
Hey,
bit.
getting fluffy.
Yeah, real fluffy.
Dude, I've been liking going on walks lately, though. I've been going on way more walks than ever, and now that it's warming up, it's been really, really nice to go on some walks.
How long of walks are you
Mm,
usually going for?
Like at least 20, 30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
bad.
usually they're pretty good length. Anytime you can get out of the house is really nice. Like even just going for like a little drive, like not literally, but figuratively just for fun. I call it a booze cruise. So sometimes we'll just like go like cruise around the neighborhoods, and I find that helps a lot if you're just in your house all day, just to go out for a little drive.
Oh yeah, just going outside and seeing
Yeah,
like the outdoors
opening up your windows, yeah,
is very nice.
helps so much.
The bad thing about with Georgia right now, and like this is my first time experiencing it, but like their spring times, like their pollen levels are insane. Like
Wow.
I step outside and I'm already sneezing. My
Oh
nose
my
gets
God.
stuffy.
Yeah.
The cars in the parking lot are usually covered with pollen.
Dang.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that hasn't hit us here quite yet, honestly. I don't know.
Oh man, I've never seen anything like it.
Oh,
But
wow.
for me, like we usually walk to the garbage or walk to the mailbox, and that's like our usually walk,
Yeah.
and that's usually our walk outside. And even for like that 5 minutes, it's just nice breathing for like fresh air.
Can you breathe or does the pollen get to you?
I mean, at nighttime it's not too bad, but during the daytime when it's like a mixture of like 70 degrees,
Yeah.
and, like humid and like pollen, oh my god,
Dang.
it's
That's something else.
it is rough.
But yeah, I'd say now is a really good time to get your nutrition on point too, though.
Yes, actually, that is something that I've been trying to focus on more because with everything that's happening right now, your health is the most critical, and
Literally.
staying healthy is the best way to combat this. And for me, I've been really watching what I eat now. Um, even though it's kind of hard to get food, kind of.
Yeah.
I can't buy as much chicken as I want to, but I'm starting to incorporate like broccoli, vegetables, and all that.
Costco. You gotta go to Costco.
See, I want to go to Costco, but like, it's just a pain going to Costco, and like with everything that's happening, I feel like every day going to Costco during the weekday now is like going to Costco on like a Sunday.
It literally is. Last time I went, there was a line out the door. People were literally filed. It was like you're at like Cedar Point, where they have those like little squiggly lines that you have to go in.
Oh
It
my
was
god.
ridiculous. And if people have to stay like 6 feet apart, so that made the line even longer.
Oh
Insane. But
yeah, it's yeah. I couldn't like I try to keep myself going to Costco like once every other week and just stock up on like whatever I need in that one day. But
yeah, this is a good time to meal prep to get your health on point. I mean, people have been taking it for granted, but now is the best time to get your health in check and do these at-home workouts, do these walks now that it's getting warmer out, and meal prep your food, have it all laid out so that way you're eating healthy. I know it's a lot harder too to kind of like it makes it a lot easier to not get off like derail yourself and get off track because there's no restaurants or there's no like I mean, you can do like drive carry outs or drive through, but like it's not as easy. I feel like to like kind of like cheat on your diet, you know?
yeah, because I mean, yeah, I totally feel that because I know that when I meal prep and I have like leftovers at the week, if I have extra, I don't want it to go to waste.
Right.
So that motivates me to like eat it and just like
Eat healthy.
finish all the food, and all that food that I prep was probably healthy.
Exactly.
But for me, like I just stick to like your typical chicken, broccoli, and usually rice. That's usually my meal prep for the week.
Yeah.
For me, I just meal prep my lunches when I go to work, and then me and my girlfriend usually cook dinner together at nighttime, which is usually healthy
Hmm.
the majority of the time.
Yeah.
But I see on Instagram that you're a huge meal prepper. Like you clear everyone out of the kitchen, and you're just like, okay, let's chef
Yeah.
Gordon this right now.
I know. It's funny. I meal prep for myself, my girlfriend, and my little sister Ria. So it's definitely quite the spread.
Wait, you meal prep for your sister too?
Yep, I meal prep for her too.
Oh, you're brother of the year.
I know, right?
So like, do you guys all eat different things or?
Yeah, so usually I'll do like lately for myself, I've been doing for lunch, I'll have ground turkey. I like put a lot of spices on it, it's really good with rice and then green beans. And I'll make about 5 of those. And then I'll do for dinner like roasted Yukon Gold potatoes with chicken, like with grilled chicken and then Brussels sprouts. And I usually air fry those. So those meals are really good. And then my girlfriend, she's dairy free and gluten free. Most of my meals are dairy free and gluten free, but she has rice with a beef burger patty and green beans, and then for lunch she has a chicken patty. It's like a grilled chicken patty. They're actually really really good. I would recommend those. And then like the burger patties are so easy to cook because you don't have to prep or marinate or thaw or cut anything. I love that. That makes it so much easier to meal prep. If you get like burger patties or chicken or even turkey burgers, and then
Mhm.
she'll have that with some potatoes.
Wowza, wowza.
So yeah, it's quite the spread, but it's fun. I always enjoy doing it.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys have a lot of like moving parts in this. How do you keep
Yeah.
organized? Because I think like a lot of people when they get a lot of food in like a kitchen, they
Yeah.
just see everything and they get overwhelmed.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to, especially if you're doing it with your partner, your girlfriend, your whoever, your roommate. I think it's just important to know your role. And that's why I just like doing one meal prep a week. Like I just like to go ham on Sundays. And that's kind of all the cooking that I do for the week other than breakfast. So like I always do the grilling, the barbecuing, I do all the meats, and then she does like the rice, the vegetables and stuff. So and then like I usually don't do much dishes, so I'll do like the plating where I call it plating where I'd like put all the food in the meal prep containers, and then like I'll have like my sister or Ashley do the actual dishes and like the putting away of stuff. So it's like an assembly line,
I
but
was gonna say it's sounds like you're like you have your own restaurant right now.
literally, yeah, it is. I've had people ask me if I could do it for them, but
Dude, yeah. I like my friend Thomas back in Michigan. I know that he
I
would meal prep for someone. Like they
can't
would just bring him.
see the Asian guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He's basically like my big brother because like he's he's coached me through a lot.
really? I didn't know that. Yeah, I've seen him. I used to see him always on your Instagram stories back in the day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We went to high school together. He was a grade above
Oh,
me.
shout out.
A little shout out, Thomas.
There
But yeah,
you go.
he's he's always been there for me. But people do bring him like packs of ground turkey, and he has a restaurant that he works at
Wow.
that he owns, and he just brings it to the back and puts it in the wok and just bulk cooks it for people.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Like shit,
I think
that's a good deal.
dude, that's not a bad setup you got there.
But in regards to health,
Yeah.
anything you're doing differently nowadays? You taking any new supplements? Anything new added to your lifestyle?
Yeah. So in regards to health, nothing too crazy with supplements. The only thing I've really been changing up, especially with like the coronavirus, trying to keep my immune system on point is elderberry. So I have these little like elderberry gummies I got from Amazon and I've been taking those, but I think right now people are really stressed out and really like overwhelmed, like you were saying. And I think right now is a super important time to like be conscious of your mental health too. So I've been trying,
Indeed,
yeah. So I've been
indeed.
trying to journal more, to meditate more. I don't know. Have you ever heard of the Wim Hof method?
I definitely heard of it. I saw someone post it
Yeah,
a couple days ago.
been going around a lot lately. I think it's really beneficial. It's this like whole breathing exercise. If you look up on Instagram, his name's Iceman Hoff. He's basically this like pretty old actually. Like he's this older guy, and he'll do these like breathing routines or rituals or whatever you want to call them. And he does like crazy stuff. Like he'll sit in these like ice baths for like insane periods of time. and he has an app that like does breath work. So I found that to be really beneficial, as well as like journaling. Like it kind of just gets you out of your own head, and it gets you out of like your phone if you're really addicted to your phone, or you're really like in your own head a lot. You know what I mean? And it kind of just
Hmm.
like grounds you and like brings your energy back to like a healthy place. So I think that's something super important right now, especially like people are stressed and cooped up in the house and
Yeah,
having a lot
I've
of interaction.
I've been telling myself that I wanted to meditate more. Because especially like the gym's closed. Like the gym for me was my way of like having my hour to myself and like kind of like releasing my stress out.
Yeah.
And like,
It was like a reset mentally too.
oh yeah, yeah, because you wouldn't think about anything except like your workout and the music that you're listening to.
Exactly.
But now everyone's just kept inside and um, they're all alone with their thoughts, and I know how that can get to
Mhm.
you.
It can. It can. Yeah. And something I've also wanted, haven't quite done it yet, but something that I've been wanting to do for a while, or not a while, maybe like a week or so, is like actually create like a solid morning routine. Like I've seen this one guy I follow on Instagram posted a lot. He does that Wim Hof method. Then he'll do like 10 minutes of stretching. He does this like guided, like, I don't know what he calls it like hypnosis meditation. I guess it's like an app or a podcast that you can listen to.
What?
He writes down like his affirmations, his goals, gratitude. It's like a whole process, but I can see how it would be really, really beneficial. So that's something that I want to start.
Yeah, I've always been telling myself that I wanted to do a morning routine because I think it's a good way to wake yourself up in the morning and before, and a good way to prepare you for the day.
Yeah, have like a distinguished like start to your day rather than just like rolling out of bed and like throwing some breakfast on your.
Oh man, that's the worst, man. I've been doing that for the past like year or two, and I'm like, oh man, I
I know.
wish that, like I got up earlier, had a solid breakfast, just do some work, side work, and then go to actual work.
Yep, it's fun.
But morning routines are really hard to get into, because habits in general are just really hard to get into.
Yeah,
But
getting up really early and having that extra time to yourself, like it's,
but
it's definitely a sacrifice.
I don't think maybe like for me, like I started drinking apple cider vinegar in the morning.
Yeah, it
I
seems like you've been really into apple cider vinegar lately. Tell me about that. Like, how has that helped you or benefited you?
it definitely helps out with my digestion. Like I can definitely feel a difference in that. But it's a good get me up in the morning, and I think the best way for me to like actually remember to take it is to prepare it the night before. So, because I think when people wake up, they don't want to do anything. Like they just want to get up and do the action. They don't want to
Yeah,
prepare anything.
I agree.
So that's when I just prepare the apple cider vinegar. I put my vitamin B12 in it, put my citrulline in it, and I mix it with water and put it in the fridge. And
Very nice.
once I wake up, brush my teeth and all that, go into the kitchen and I just simply grab it out of the fridge and just drink it. And then I think that's what really helps me like get consistent with it is like I feel like people can actually like prepare some of their like if they're thinking about starting a morning routine, kind of prepare themselves a little bit the night before.
I
So
like
when you wake up, you don't have to do as much
I
to
like
get
that.
yourself doing the routine.
So, what was it you were telling me you wanted to create? Was it like a apple cider vinegar like chewable, or was it like a drink?
I mean, that like it was just one random night. I was just thinking of like because I just saw you like and how you're taking off with your brand, and I'm like, wow, that's like a really cool adventure to like
Yeah,
to do. And like I think the concept of like working with a supplier and making your own product is really cool because like it's your product and you know what you're putting in it.
yeah, exactly.
So I was trying to think of stuff of like what I could do. And I was like, wow. One thing that I'm doing right now is that I'm drinking apple cider vinegar. So like,
What if you made like a apple cider vinegar like shot? Like, have you seen those little like wellness shots? Like those little 2 to 4 ounce whatever. Like I know Suja.
Oh, you're not wrong. I,
What
I
about
like that
that? You know
idea.
how they have those like cayenne pepper shots and like lemon and wheatgrass? What if you made like an apple cider vinegar shot with like the B12 and like some other healthy stuff in it, and you just
That
package them as like a 2-ounce little bottle,
that
like a
is kind of
12 pack of
crazy. Yeah.
those? You could do
Hey,
that,
hey, we just came up with the big new thing.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm serious. I don't know if that exists. I know apple cider vinegar chewables exist now, but what if
Yeah,
you do it as like a
that
little
company.
packaged shot? Like that way you didn't have to prep anything, you know?
You're not
And
wrong.
you could sell like all the different benefits of it, you know, if you increased like B12, like your immune system, like the digestion aspect. I think that could be pretty cool.
Wait, that's actually crazy because
Plus,
like
it's
that's
something you
actually a
could
really
do-
good idea.
yeah, it's something you could do in house. Like you could do it yourself and you wouldn't have to have somebody make it for you, like if it was a little pill or a chewable, you know?
Yeah, because like the usual like doses of apple cider vinegar that you would need is like 15 to
Mill.
30. Yeah, 15 to 30 milliliters. So that could definitely fit in a shot.
Oh yeah. That's like not even half an ounce.
Damn, that's a good idea. Because like right now, I'm thinking of stuff stuff that I used to do back then. Because I used to be really into green
Green.
those suja green drinks that you buy
Yeah,
from like Whole Foods.
dude, those are good. They're expensive though. They're good.
They're expensive, but like I like back in the day, I was really into them, and I would just get like the disgusting kinds where there's not much like
Hmm.
fruity sugar, and I would just get like the disgusting like pure vegetable ones. and I and every morning I would just chug it.
You just choke and gag as you drink it.
Oh, dude, it was so gross. Now, I mean, like that was just like majorly inspired by Max, because Max, whenever I would watch his videos, he would always chug a glass of water and say health.
I do remember that. And
And
then
then I used to
smoothie.
do that.
Now he does his screams when he does the smoothie.
Oh man, that's
Good.
one thing that I need to get back into.
So, what was I gonna say? I just had something on the tip of my tongue. Oh, have you ever had Organifi?
Organifi. Is,
Yeah.
is that like protein?
No, it's. I think they make protein, but it's like a greens powder.
I think you did tell me about that because there's one day that I texted you and I was like, "Hey, what's a good green spotter?" Because I got like the
They're called
30 the $30 amazing grass.
amazing grass. It's horrible.
This stuff is so gross.
So disgusting. Even if you put it with a smoothie, it's
Yeah.
bad.
Like, yeah, somehow that little scoop turns like chocolate milkshakes and like fruit milkshakes into complete trash. It's astonishing.
Terrible. But the Organifi stuff, it's more expensive, but it's really, really, dude, this is for you. I'm serious. This Organifi, it's really good and it's greens. And usually greens are disgusting, but somehow they made them taste really, really good, even if you just drink it straight with water. And they mark it up. So they're not cheap. If you can make that apple cider, like people always complain about how apple cider vinegar tastes like shit. If you can make it taste good and put something else in there that's like natural and sweet, I don't know what it would be. You could make a lot of money from that, bro.
Not wrong.
Dude.
Yeah, I actually do remember. I think it was you or Ashley told me about Organifi.
Yep.
And I looked it up, and then it was like $80 a
Yep.
tub.
It's like $80 for 30 servings.
And I almost choked on my drink. I was like, "Are you serious?"
I know. They make so much money though. It's amazing.
Stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, I want to see you do this apple cider vinegar shot. We
Dude.
gotta research now if this exists.
dude, yes, I'm actually gonna look into that because
I want to know if
that is a good idea.
Because when you were telling me about it, I was thinking about like, would it be a pill or a gummy or what? And then I've been seeing these gummies lately, but I don't know. The shot,
Yeah, that company actually reached out to me like a couple weeks ago.
what's it called again? I think I know what you're talking about.
Golgi or something.
Yeah,
like that?
Goji. Goji.
Yeah, they tried getting me for like a brand ambassador, but I was like,
Dude, that's pretty sweet. You should have taken it.
I was like, can I try out your product first?
Oh, they didn't want to send it to you?
No, they were just like, we'll give you a code
Oh.
and you have this discount code if you want to use it. I was like, I like to taste on what I'm about to advertise or promote to my
Right.
viewers.
That's funny.
Man.
Oh, good stuff. Well, do you have anything else to say?
As right now, no. But there was on a side thing that I did want to talk to you about Do you ever get those times where like say say that you're driving? Do you ever get those moments where you're just like you just like dream of well, you just think of like crazy dreams that you want to do?
Yeah. Like elaborate on that a little bit. I want to see if I can relate to you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for me, so I usually have like a 20 to 30 minute drive home. And sometimes I call people and like FaceTime, but I was driving home and then I was just like getting like just eyes on the road, thinking, and then I was like, how cool would it be to just own your own gym one day? Because like these situations make you want to own your own gym
I
because
don't
they
know.
go to that conveniently, and then you're just like, how can I implement my brand or what I'm doing in life in a gym? And
Very
then I was like, Nigel loves Beyond. So what if you put like a Beyond in like or like high class smoothies or
Equin-
some type of health?
Equinox has that.
See, yeah.
But I feel
But
like
I would want to put my on it though.
if you're gonna start a gym, that can't be your main deal though.
Oh heck no, gyms are so expensive.
Yeah, they're so expensive and they're so low profit. Like
Oh yeah, it takes you like years to see
literally,
something back.
yeah. But it would be really nice to have it just for your own like selfish reasons. Like the Goose and Max are still working out. They got their own place. So
I'm so jealous of that.
I know.
Like Alpha Land's gonna be so dope.
Or do you see Julian? Do you know Julian Smith?
I know of him. I don't follow him though.
I follow him. He has his own. It's not like a gym. It's literally just his like own personal training facility. Like he does. I think sometimes he'll do like open gyms, but like literally he just made it for himself so he can make like Instagram and like his daily pump stuff in there. That's something that's like what I would want is like my own little like warehouse gym. I don't know. I like the energy of working out with people, but I can see how it'd be really cool.
Yeah, like I don't know. You just like think of yourself, and then you're just like 10 years down the road, and you're doing like huge things.
I can't
You
wait.
have
I know.
like that's like a big motivation of mine of like when you see the end goal that you want to get,
Yes.
and then you just picture it and how nice that you picture it and how nice it would be. It's like the extra fire under your ass that you
I
need.
was looking at like a few days ago when I was doing my morning workout, I was looking at like these houses and these like condos in Miami, like because that's where I want to live. And I was looking at like I just for the hell of it sorted it by like the most expensive ones, and then this house like that's right on like Biscayne Bay was like 120 grand per month to rent.
Oh my
It,
god.
it was so insanely cool, and I was like, how incredible would it be to live there with like friends and family and like your girlfriend or your wife or whatever, like how freaking cool would that be? And like to not have to like even like think about how you're gonna pay for it. Like you're just making so much money that's like it's all good. And like then you can like vacation and you can like something that I was telling you, like I want to be able to live in Miami and then have like this 2 month or 1 month 1 month a year like vacation house, I guess, or like Airbnb in Beverly Hills or in like LA or something. I think that would be so cool. It's definitely a dream of mine.
Work hard now, dude. Your 20s.
Dude, it's funny because like I know we're still young, but I see people who are so much more ahead of us and they're our age or even younger. Like a lot of them I've noticed like they either didn't go to college or they became really successful or they just started so early. Like I wish I would have started even earlier.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Like I've been seeing these people who are like they started when they were 15 or 16 and now they're like 22 or 23 and they're just so rich. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Uh,
It's just
if
like
anything, they're the real motivation.
they are. It's like you've done so much by that age. Like even like somebody like Goose, it's just like you got to start as soon as possible,
Hmm.
no matter how young you are.
The younger you are, the less responsibility you
Dude,
have,
exactly. That's how
and
I
the
think
more
about
time. Like, if I actually like, I have a lot of regrets of like not fully committing to my site and like when I was in high school still.
it. Oh, did you start in high school?
Maybe in high school.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Oh wait, no, I lied. Maybe I think it was like freshman going into sophomore
Yeah.
that summer, and I just wish I committed more because like once you get out of college and you do this whole 9 to 5 thing,
Body's kicking and your time is down the drain.
your time is down the drain and
Literally.
your energy levels are all time low.
Not that it's impossible, but it definitely makes it harder.
Yeah, you definitely need to get yourself on a legit schedule
Yep.
and just balance everything.
I know. And I think like society and like college kind of programs you to do that. But then it's like, why not take like a lot of people I've heard like have talked to me and they're like, for example, this one guy that I know from MSU, I ran into him at the mall a few months ago. And then he's like, oh, I wanted to start my own business. I want to get into entrepreneurship, but I want to work for a few years and get experience and then do it. I'm like, dude, why don't you just start it now? Because you literally have the least amount of responsibilities you'll ever have. You don't have a wife. You don't have bills. You don't have a mortgage. You don't have kids. Like now is literally the time. Like, okay, maybe you should like 4 years ago is the best time, but like there's no better time than now because as you get older and as time goes on, you're just going to have more and more responsibilities that are going to make it harder for you. So that's how I think about it. There you go.
Well, it's getting late for me, and I need to eat dinner soon. But it was thank you for joining me on my first episode. Like, really appreciate it, man. It was really nice learning about what you've been going through with your brand and just catching up with you.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun being on here, and I'm very honored to be on it as the first guest, and I'm excited to see where it
Number
goes.
one.
Literally, hell yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, we'll definitely have to have you back on. Like, I'm definitely gonna have to like check back up on you in like a couple months just to see where you are.
Awesome. Good stuff.
I'll be happy to host you again, man.
Thank you, bro. I'm excited to listen to the future episodes too.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, dude. Keep it up. Good chat.
Yep. Thanks, man.
Yep. Peace.
Bye. Thank you for joining me on my first episode of the Better Healthier You podcast. For all things health and fitness related, go to www.betterhealthieryou, you spelled as in YU.com. And if you wanted to check out Breathe Naturals on your own, and check out breathe-naturals.com and save 15% off your first order using FIRST15. The word first and then the number 15. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.